Hello guys, today I want to show you simple connection between CATIA macros and axel. This is one of the main topic when you talking about CATIA macros and axel. So I will show you in this simple macro what those connections are and how to communicate with axel. So I have here this macro, so I will show you what it can do. So first here I will maybe delete all of this. I will just leave this first one. So I will just open new text document and export this code here for better understanding. So I will just leave this one line. So before you want to communicate with Excel, you need to set an Excel connection. So this is always the same lines of code to create an object, Excel application, set to visible, so you can see the Excel when it's open, and then set this workbook and set object sheet. So first, one of the simplest method is to write in Excel. So this is here code to write in Excel. So you need to put in a sheet and say in which cell you want to add this text. So if we run this macro, I will say and run. When I run, it will open Excel and run this and write this text here in this first cell, as you can see. So this is the simple command to communicate with Excel. So let's go furthermore. Next, I have here prepared all of these commands. So the next one is how to write in Excel a for loop. So you just need, I will copy this text and go back to this macro. I will paste here. So when you have some for loop, you need for loop. It's also very simple. You define here for loop. I'll just take here that for loop goes from 1 to 10 just to show you how it works. And you can now here in for loop, just in cell just need to put this I, so it will increment, and also I use the same I for counter. So if I run this code now, I will close this Excel. If I run this code, you will see now run. It will again write this first line here, and now it will make this for loop here. So it will want to, you can also change this for loop. It's very simple. You can put anything here. So for example, to go to 20 and save, if you run again, and it will go to 20. So this is just simple for loop for demonstration to show you how to use for loops with Excel and CATIA macros. So next is how to write for loop, how to write in two directions in Excel. It is just same again with this for loop, but now one more for loop inside of this first one. So I will just again copy and paste, edit, and now here just paste. So this is same as before, only just two loops here. So if I save and run, I will close this before. So if I run this macro now, you will get this here. This is also, so this first loop go in one direction and this second loop goes in another direction. So first loop goes in this direction and second loop goes in this direction. So here also, when you want to read from Excel, if you want to read some cells from Excel, here is command for that. So you need to specify. I use here message box to show you that this work. So you just need to specify from which cell you want to get data. It can be also used with for loop and so on. So again, I will just run code, and as you can see, CATIA webmacro.com. This is here. I can get any of these cells. Okay. And now also how to make Excel table. When you want to export something in Excel, you need always some Excel table. So now I want to show you how to make an Excel table with CATIA macro. So I will go back and edit this macro again. So here I use this first here. I use this method here. So how to write in Excel. So you need to specify this cell. So I use that here, and also again to put name for the columns in Excel. And now you want to change, for example, you can change cells in Excel. I want to here set column width, and I want to change the color of these cells here. So let's run this code and see what will happen. So run, and as you can see, I get this first here I set width, and I have this gray color for all of this, and also the name of these columns. So now one of the most used scenarios in using CATIA macro and Excel is when you want to export something from CATIA to Excel table. So in this case, I want to export these points here. I want to export the point name, and I want to export this coordinates for these points. So before I show you the code, so what is the logic here? First, you need to make this Excel table I'll show you. So you have some names here, and now you need to export this point name for each of these points, and also coordinates for all of these points. So when you have more of these points, the simplest way is to go with multi-selection, but you can also get these points from this geometrical set. But in this case, I will use multi-selection, and I need also for loop. So if we go back here in this text document, now I will copy this and go back to this macro. I'll put now here just this code. So as I said, we must first define here selection. So we need to select all of these points. User must select these points. We use this multi-selection. So this code is always the same. I just change text here, select points for coordinate and export. And now this point coordinates they have 3 values, so we need to go with this variant. So as you can see here, 1, 2, and 0, 1, and 2. And also I need this point name. So all of this we can get from the selection, user selection. So when user select these points, now we set here for loop. We have here for loop, and it will go up to this multi-selection count. So we have here a point, how to get point. So the point is, as you can see here, all selection, item, and value. And then to get coordinates, we use this command here. And now we just need to put text in Excel cells. Again, I will go back. This is the first line in this code. So we use this line again. Just put in for loop and use these coordinates to get coordinates for these points. So if I run this macro, I will close this Excel from before and exit and run again. now axel is, as you can see here, I have all this done in this code, and I have here this table created. So now I will just go back, and as you can see, I have now this multi-selection palette, and now I will choose these points. I can choose 1, 2, or any one I want. So I will use these 6 points, and I click finish. And when you go back to Axel, it exports point name, as you can see, and coordinates. For I can run, for example, I can change, I don't know, 48. And now in this case I can, for example, export only these first 3. So if I run this code again, I run, and I will just use CATIA with macro, okay, and I will just pick these first 3 and hit OK. And as you can see, we get these coordinates. So these are some simple connections with Axel. I think it will help you a lot to work with Axel. And that is all for today. Thanks for watching.